The Virgo Ascendant once again highlights the planets that are friends with one another and those that don't fit the agenda. The royal charts, as well as the Aries Ascendant chart, revealed to us this philosophy of planetary affinity. The Sun, the Moon, Mars and Jupiter seem to have a similar agenda. This group belongs to the Deva or Sattvic godly group, potentially much closer to spiritual progress. Then the other group of the planets becomes Venus or Shukra, often considered the guru of the demons. Then we have Mercury, Saturn, and the lunar nodes Rahu and Ketu. This group seems to inspire a more material agenda belonging to the Rajasic quality or the Tamasic. We will look into the Gunas a little later in our learning, the Sattvic, Rajasic, and Tamasic energy of this world. Of course, this is the beauty of the astrology and how beautifully it works. It all makes sense. Being born in any of these groups obviously does not limit the soul to materialism or spirituality. That is completely up to the individual karma of the soul. Now, the Virgo Ascendant. We see the second group having great strength once again, like in the Taurus and Gemini Ascendants. With Mercury being the chart ruler, as well as ruling the 10th house, so much of the soul's karma lies in this graha, quite auspicious. Mercury in this chart, if connected with Venus, will form a very powerful Raja Yoga, connecting the 10th house as well as the 9th house. Venus in this chart is another auspicious energy, ruling the 9th house and the 2nd house, showing great fortune in accumulated assets. This is a Dhana Yoga combination when the 2nd house is connected with the 9th house. Saturn is also a powerful energy, despite ruling the 6th house also. If Mercury, Venus, and Saturn come together in this chart, it can show much power and progress because all of these powerful houses would be activated and connected. Rahu influences the 6th house as well as the 1st house, making it also an important energy. Ketu influences the 3rd house and the 7th house. This can show Ketu holding the worldly inner desires of the soul from these houses. Jupiter connected with Venus can show blessings because of the 9th house association by Venus, although equally a Maraka forms via these two grahas with the 7th house and the 2nd house connection. Jupiter and Mercury strengthen the Kendras, so their connection becomes neutral. Jupiter and Saturn can be a very powerful energy if the planets become well placed in the horoscope, because they would be connecting the 4th house and the 5th house, although they need to be well placed for this Raja Yoga to truly form, as these planets have many differences. The Sun and the Moon are neutral for this chart. The Sun is ruling the 12th house. The Moon connected to Venus can form a fantastic Dhana Yoga, connecting the 2nd house, the 9th house, and the 11th house. It would be compounded if Mercury, the chart ruler, joins these two grahas. The most difficult energy in this chart is that of Mars. Mars for the Virgo Ascendant chart rules the two difficult houses, the 3rd house and the 8th house. If Mars would be afflicted in this chart, the soul could drift into the challenging areas of life. If we connect the energy of Mars, the energy of both the 3rd house and the 8th house, we see the aggression and explosiveness which Mars potentially holds for the soul. But of course, this is up to the individual's own will, horoscope, and karma. A wonderful energy the Virgo Ascendant presents. Then we come and meet Venus once more with the Libra Ascendant. Please subscribe to the channel, comment, like and share. I'd be most grateful.